Welcome to The Explainer. We're diving straight into a massive shift happening right now in the commercial world. How modern fleets are finally ditching the headaches of fixed infrastructure for fluid, mobile energy solutions. The old ways of doing things are simply breaking down, and today we're going to explore exactly how to fix that bottleneck.
So what is the true cost of downtime? Think about it. When your fleet is just sitting idle, or your drivers are stuck in gridlock hunting for a working pump or a charger, it's not just the price of the fuel or electricity you're losing. It's the lost technician hours, the rescheduled jobs, the frustrated customers, and that painful overtime pay. Honestly, downtime is literally bleeding margins dry across the entire industry.
And the market? Well, it's reacting to this exact pain point. Check out this number, $6.2 billion. That's the current valuation of the mobile fuel delivery market for this year alone. It's a massive number, and it proves a fundamental shift. On-demand energy isn't just some luxury app or a backup plan anymore. It has officially become critical, scheduled infrastructure for modern commercial fleets. I love this quote from VMAC because it hits the nail right on the head. Fleet productivity is not a tool problem. It is an ecosystem problem. This brilliantly illustrates our core theme today. If you want to overcome this productivity squeeze, you need a complete redesign. You can't just slap a new tool on an old truck and cross your fingers. Your energy and operations actually have to work together as a cohesive, breathing ecosystem. All right, let's move to section 1, the fleet productivity squeeze, the hidden costs of keeping trucks moving. Right now, fleet operators are feeling a massive structural squeeze. We're talking aging vehicles, rising maintenance costs, and completely unpredictable supply chains. Because vehicle prices are sky high, fleets are holding on to older assets way longer, which just compounds the mechanical headaches. But you know what the ultimate villain of our story is? The deadhead mile. It's a wasted trip where a vehicle drives empty and off route just to fuel up. Imagine paying a highly skilled driver to navigate South Florida traffic, only to sit empty in a line at a cramped retail gas station designed for minivans. Every single deadhead mile is a massive drain on your bottom line. It burns cash, wastes labor, increases accident risk, and adds entirely unnecessary wear and tear to your engines and tires. Moving on to section 2, the infrastructure bottleneck. Let's look at why fixed chargers are holding fleets back. So, the math for electrifying fleets actually looks incredible on paper. General Motors estimates businesses can save up to $10,000 annually per EV compared to diesel. Obviously, businesses desperately want those savings, but actually getting there, it's kind of a nightmare. Relying on fixed chargers means you have to dig up your parking lot, lay armored cables, and wait months, sometimes even years, for permits and costly civil engineering. Just look at the stark contrast here. Compare that whole headache to the agility of mobile chargers. You literally just roll them in, plug them into existing sockets, and boom, you start charging your fleet on day one, plug-and-play operation. And there's a much harsher reality facing fixed infrastructure, which experts at ADSTC Energy have pointed out. Even if you have the budget and the space, local power grids are maxing out. Grid expansion is reaching its limits. It just can't grow fast enough to meet the demand. We're seeing upstream high-voltage grids completely lacking the capacity for major new charging depots. It creates this insurmountable bottleneck where new infrastructure applications just aren't getting approved because the regional grid physically cannot handle the load. No way around it. Which brings us to section 3, the mobile power paradigm, bringing the energy directly to the vehicle. So here's the aha moment. To break this grid bottleneck, we need a complete paradigm shift. Instead of forcing vehicles to find power, we have to bring the power directly to the vehicles. Innovative companies are turning everyday parking lots, remote job sites, and event spaces into instant power hubs, literally without laying a single brick. Take the SparkCharge mobile battery trailer. It's a towable unit that delivers up to 125 kilowatts of level 3 fast charging absolutely anywhere. Or look at ADS Tech's Charge Post. This is a battery-buffered system providing 300 kilowatts of ultra-fast charging, even on a weak local grid, by slowly drawing power and then discharging it rapidly when a vehicle plugs in. Then you've got ESFIL smart tankers, which use AI to dynamically route renewable diesel delivery right to your assets, completely bypassing retail pumps. And of course, the VMAX 6-in-1 system, integrating power tools like compressors and generators into one streamlined platform. The whole goal is total operational flexibility, so you're never left waiting for the grid to catch up. Now for section 4, mastering EV fleet maintenance, keeping the electric ecosystem alive. Transitioning to these advanced mobile and electric systems completely changes the maintenance game. Now, electric vehicles do have fewer moving parts, but they require a highly disciplined approach. We absolutely have to move away from reactive repairs. Predictive maintenance is the secret weapon here. Instead of waiting around for a calendar date, or worse, waiting for a truck to literally break down on the highway, fleets use real-time telematics data. By monitoring vehicle health, battery temperature, state of charge, all of that, AI can predict failures before they ever happen. This drastically slashes that expensive downtime we talked about earlier.
According to QMerit, building a highly disciplined plan around battery care is how you actually maximize your asset life. So what are the best practices? First, the sweet spot is keeping batteries between 20 and 80% state of charge for your daily operations. You also really want to limit heavy exposure to DC fast charging because that degrades the battery chemistry over time. Also, be sure to precondition those batteries when working in extreme temperatures. And crucially, do not ignore the chargers themselves. Budgeting roughly $400 a year for level 1 and level 2 charger upkeep ensures your mobile infrastructure doesn't fail when you rely on it the most.
And here's where it gets really cool. This disciplined approach means your fleet can actually become a profitable asset rather than just an expense. Enter vehicle-to-grid or V2G integration. This is bi-directional charging technology that lets your EVs act as mobile energy storage units. Imagine this, uploading stored power back to the main grid during peak, expensive hours, or literally using your fleet vans to keep your facility powered during a commercial blackout. You totally transition from just consuming power to actively managing it.
Let's dive into Section 5, Turning Parking into Profit, the financial genius of mobile EV charging.
Beyond just saving money on maintenance and cutting out those wasted trips to the fuel pump, this mobile power paradigm actually lets you turn a depreciating car park into an active revenue generator. Look at this number, £3,000. That is the potential annual profit a business can generate from deploying just a single mobile charging unit in their lot. It completely flips the script on infrastructure. You're turning what used to be a massive capital sinkhole into a rapid return on investment.
The math on this, provided by ZapMe, is honestly incredibly straightforward. Here's how it works. You charge up your mobile unit overnight using cheap, off-peak electricity, let's say an electricity purchase price of 25 pence per kilowatt hour. Then, during the day, you wheel it out and sell that stored energy to your staff, visitors, or fleet at a charging sale price of 50 pence per kilowatt hour. Delivering just 50 kilowatt hours nets you a daily net profit of $12.50. And the best part? You do all of this without putting a single ounce of extra strain on your peak grid connection during business hours.
All right, final section, Section 6, the ecosystem advantage, building a fluid future. So, we've seen how this mobile power shift solves grid limits, eliminates those painful deadhead miles, and turns downtime into pure profit. So, how do you actually build this fluid ecosystem for your own operations? It boils down to a few key steps. Step 1. Conduct a ruthless audit of your site's true power demands to see what your grid can actually handle. Step 2. Skip the expensive trenching costs entirely by deploying mobile and battery buffer chargers. Step 3. Wire it all together by integrating telematics and predictive maintenance. And Step 4. Scale organically. Scale your power needs precisely with actual vehicle demand. Add mobile units as your fleet grows, rather than overspending massive capital on day one.
Because ultimately, fixing your fleet bottleneck isn't about buying one shiny new electric van, installing one single new charger, or just finding a slightly closer gas station. Like this quote from VMAC reminds us, the real question is, how well does the entire system work together? It is all about synergy. Your energy, your data, and your vehicles have to act together as a single, unified system to truly drive that productivity.
The era of the stationary gas station and the rigid, grid-locked charger, it's ending. So take a hard look at your own operations and maybe run the numbers on those deadhead miles. Are you still sending your fleet to find the power, or is it time to bring the power to your fleet? That's the billion-dollar question I want to leave you with today. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and I'll catch you next time.